Remember, knowledge, it ain't free. You got to pay attention.
And they're off in the Kentucky Derby.
For some, they say it's the most exciting 2 minutes in sports. For us, it's about potential financial opportunities. Never bring a knife to a gunfight, and make no mistake, big money is up for grabs and this is a fight. Never settle for second best. The Past the Wire annual Kentucky Derby seminar. Nobody does it better. Preparation is key. Be better prepared, delve deeper, stealth. They won't see us coming and they won't know we're there. Money management, ticket structure, pace, all the intangibles, thoroughgraph, everything that matters to make it count, to have that edge. In the end, if things go as planned, it'll be like we stole the money. There's a lot of ways to handicap a horse race and a lot of ways to bet on it. But nobody that I know does it like Gio Setti and his full card, precise order handicap. Every horse in the race gets a predicted order of finish like only Gio can do, way beyond a deep dive, available exclusively on select days at Past the Wire. Blood makes you related. Loyalty makes you family.
Hey, Sure Bet Coffee. Put that giddy up in your cup. That giddy up in your cup. Sure Bet Coffee.
The legend himself, Frankie Dettori. Ciao, Frankie. Tutto a posto.
Tutto a posto. Yes, that's a good start. So you haven't lost your Italian.
You're watching Past the Wire TV, presented by Am Wager.
Well, hello everyone. Here we are with another Derby prep weekend here at, we're going to go to the fairgrounds next. But first, a little recap of last weekend. Well, not so hot on that pick four. Only hit a couple of winners on it, and that was it. Thank God that I had some win bets out there and some exactas to save my behind, or I would have really stunk up the place pretty bad. But this is another weekend, and we're going to go for it again. We're going to swing for the fences. We're going to try to hit that pick five at the fairgrounds. And first, before we get started, I do want to thank Racelins for all the tools that they give us and for this show. And then anybody out there, this is your first time, please subscribe down here, right below, right down there, and hit that little bell so you could get all of our shows, not just my show, but you could get John, Gio, and any other special guests that we have maybe on. Maybe we'll be interviewing jockeys, trainers, and sometimes even owners. And if you have any questions for me about anything, especially when it comes to buying, owning, training, or just anything in between, even bets that I might do or might not do, shoot me an email right here, basically right there, right there, Charles at Past the Wire, and I will answer all your questions as soon as I can get it. So we're going to dig into the fairgrounds. I picked one race that I thought was, matter of fact, probably the most wide open race there is, and it's on turf, which is the 12th race. And then, of course, we're going to do the Risen Star, of course. So let's get right at it, and let's see what we got. Now, like I said, fairgrounds, I think this ticket is going to be interesting to play. You have to be very careful. I would say the first 3 races of that pick 5 is pretty tough. And without saying, this 12th race is probably the toughest in my opinion. Now we're going to start off with this one horse here. This horse last time out did everything right, of course. Remember, now they're running in a small stakes race here today. It's a grade 3, but still, last time out, won an optional claimer and won a handicap for 500. So it's been up there for a while, but it's never done anything when it came to this type of level. This horse last time out did do a very good job of rating and coming in at the end. Luis Saez did a great job with this horse. Luis is jumping aboard again still. Mike Maker is his trainer. You got to love that. Their combo with each other, 18% win. So you got to like that too. This horse, I think this horse could be a major player, but maybe not for that win. Maybe for the place and show, possibly. This horse has definitely got that kind of talent. I just don't know if this horse could get him this class. The horse ships into track, wins at multiple circuits, which is great, but they're also saying won by less than a length against older horses last time. Yeah, it's okay. The last time was a great race. If you watch that race on film, that horse did a really good job. So I think this horse is a player, not a major player, but I think if you put this horse on the bottom side of your exotics, I don't think you could go wrong here. 9-2, you're probably going to get that odds, probably right around that ballpark, give or take a step. The number 2 horse here, this horse is a warrior, can handle this class. Last 2 times has done an excellent job of sitting very close to the pace. If you look at how this horse sits close to the pace every time, a length and a half all the way around, and then pulls away at the end. Jose's been aboard the last 2 times. Steve, the trainer, Steve and Jose hook up together. Look at this. Look at that. 36% win. I mean, wow. I mean, that's excellent. You got to look out for that. Could be the horse to beat. Can this horse be beat? There's some other horses in there that can beat this horse. At 7-2, I like the odds. So I think this is a major player for that. For the win, I don't know. I'm going to put it more on the bottom side of the exotics. But I mean, if you really like this horse a lot, don't let me talk you off this horse being on top, because this horse does have that kind of talent, and I don't want to be the one talking you off this horse. But I personally think this race is wide open overall. The horse won last time as a favorite. That's a great angle. And the horse for the course, the horse likes this place. So that's another great angle. You got to look at all that. The horse is 5 years old, probably in the prime of his life now. Most horses go in their prime around 4 and 5. Some do peak early, like 2 and 3, yes, but 4 and 5 is usually where you get most of them that fit right in. So I think it's a player for sure. The 3. Very interesting how this horse ran the last couple of times. Pratt rode him 2 back, lengths behind. If you watch that video, looked great, closing, finished very well, rallied up very good. Last time out, just lost by a nose. I watched that race, and it was just one of those things. It was just the timing, maybe. I'm not saying Gaffleon rode a terrible race, because he didn't. It's just the timing of the race, how things went out in that race. So this horse is extremely dangerous in this race. There is plenty of speed for the horse to sit right behind. This horse might be sitting in the catbird seat, what we call the fourth, around the fourth spot. As long as he stays within that 5 to 6 lengths, within that 5 or 6 lengths, you can't get much further than that because the horses like the 2 will just move on, And so this horse needs to stay pretty close. You got 5 to 1 on it. Pratt support. Pratt and Brown combo is a 28%. Very good. Pratt in the last 10 days, look at that, 36% plus 7% ROI for Pratt. Plus, that's excellent. So this horse is a major player in my opinion. I think this is the one of them to beat. This is right now, I think, the top horse in this race. But you know what? Once again, you're going to hear me say a player. You're going to hear me say to keep on going. We're going down to this race, 10 horses in here. And for sure, I got at least 6 that could win this race, if not 7. So, and I wouldn't be shocked to see any of those horses to win. So, pretty wide open race. If you like one horse more than the other, don't let me talk you out of it. The horse beaten favorite last time got a jockey switch. Just going back to Pratt. I mean, you had Tyler Gaffalione. I mean, it's not that much of a deal to me. So look out for this horse. The 4 has the speed. Could be one of them that could go out there and try to steal this race, but have to get it. This horse would have to get the lead all by himself. I just don't know if that's going to happen. Horse is running some small stakes, just can't quite finish. Always gets caught at the end. And look who's beating him. All right, so you got to look at see who's beating him. He just can't quite finish. So in my opinion, I'm taking a step back off of this horse. I'm going to watch and see this horse. I just think he's a little bit over his head, and he stops too much for me to like him out there on the front end. The 5. Okay, this is another pace horse, probably even an early pace horse. This one's going to be sent up there pretty close. And another one, I just don't know if class-wise can he handle some of these other horses, especially the 1, 2, and 3. I mean, those 3 horses are pretty tough. Can he handle them? Maybe. I just don't think he can personally. So I'm going to take a seat back on this horse. But if you're going to play him anywhere, and if I would do it, and I might, I'll put him on the bottom side of my exotics. And that's about as far as I'm going to go with this horse. Great combo, Kenny McPeak and Hernandez together team. You got to like that. So, but for me, I'm taking a seat back and probably going to put him on bottom side of my exotics. The 6, this horse really going to have to pick up the pace. This horse has got a lot of work to do. For me, I can't even endorse this horse in this race. This horse is small stakes, high claiming type of horse. This horse needs a lot of help when it comes to getting speed up there. I personally would be shocked if this one did win. The pluses for me in this horse is the trainer, Joe Sharp, and your jockey, Loveberry. I think that's a good combo, even though they've only rode together this year one time with no wins, but that's okay. I think that's a good combo there, but not for my money. The 7. Interesting horse. It's got some speed. Sometimes when he has it, the speed, lone speed all by himself, he wins. Only when he has his own way out there. So for me, it's a no. It's a pass for me, and that's how I see it. And then the 8. This horse is definitely interesting. I'm kind of wondering, is this horse going to be over his head a little bit? Maybe, but this horse has been doing excellent the last couple of times out, last 3 times for sure. You got Irad aboard, which wakes up a horse a little bit more. This horse ran in a grade 3 4-back. Ran his eyeballs out. I watched that race. He did ride. That's a horse, a very tough horse. He got beat, but I mean, he got beat by a little bit better horse. This horse can do a little damage, and I'm kind of worried about this horse. And I think this is a major player for this race. And look at when Irad and Cherie DeVoe hook up. Look at this, 33% on the wins. The 9. Another horse here that's going to be a pressure type sitting. He has to sit really close to even have a chance. But personally, I think this horse is going to have to really pick up the pace to keep up with some of these horses. Thomas Amos, great trainer. But I just think he's reaching a little bit too much here on this race. I'd be a little surprised. If anything, I would put him on bottom side of my exotics, but I would take a pass on this horse. And then the 10, another one that probably has to pick it up a little bit. I think he's over his head a little bit. The great thing about this horse in this race does add the blinkers. I think they're going to wake him up a little bit. But he's 6 years old, and you haven't woke up this horse yet without blinkers, come on. But when this trainer puts blinkers on, he has 5 wins, so that's 40% of the time. So he does really good. He's at plus 48% ROI, so makes you scratch your head a little bit, but I'm going to take a pass. So there's the breakdown of that 12th race, which I personally think is pretty much wide open. But let's see how Raceland see how this race is going to develop and how they see it going. And I'll give you also my my factors for the race itself. Okay, the probable factors first. Let's go to there. I'm going to show you those. Okay. Speed 4, class 5, form 4. Then I'm going distance, jockey, and then the jockey trainer all at 3. The pace 4, trainer 4, track 4, angles and track addition at 3. That's how I play it. That's how I put my factors in. So let's see how they have this coming out. They see in the early pace, look at that. Look at, like I said, tons of speed right there. 3, 7, 8, 9. They're all going to be flying, right? Then they said mid-pack, midway through the race, they think the 3, 4, 9, basically those 3 are going to be out there. I kind of probably see that a little bit. And then at the end, they have a 73% chance of the 2 winning. I got the 2 finishing third personally. I like the 3 to win this race. They have the 3 second at 6%. They have the 8 at 5%. I have the 8 finishing second. So I have those 3 horses just in a little bit of different order, of course, there. And then they have the 1 4th. That's where I have my 1 4th. And then, they have the 7th there at 5th. That's how they see it. Let's see how the true odds, what we get in the morning line with. The 2 to 5. Right now, morning line is 7 to 2. I don't know if I don't think it's going to go 2 to 5. Maybe close to 2 to 1. I would say right in close there, real close. Around 2 to 1. I think we'll see that race because it's a wide open race. They're going to be betting the 1, the 2, the 3, the 4, 5, even. They're going to bring down some odds, and the 8 they're going to bet on. So they're all going to be pretty stagnant. So I think this is a good betting race. If you're right with the horses on top, like you're going to see how I'm playing this race with my trifecta. You definitely, I could tell you right now without even you looking at I'm hitting the all button in that 3rd spot, because I think this is a wide open. Maybe a long shot in there going to pop in. So there's that. And now let's go to the 14th race, which is the main one. Let's see how we get this one. This is a road to the Derby. A lot of nice horses in here. Okay, this is the I'm in the wrong race there. Let me get it back to the right one. There we go. All right. 14th race, mile and the 8th. Oops. There we go. Okay, so we'll start with that one horse. Okay, Lucas, Keith Ashmanson, last time out, Southwest, ran early, did pretty good, but kind of gave away at the end. Time before that, ran pretty good. I just don't know what we're going to see out of this horse. So we're going to see this horse try to go to the lead. Maybe we're going to probably see this horse maybe try to go to the lead. It wouldn't surprise me at all. But for me, I'm taking a pass, probably a pretty hard pass personally. But definitely going to be one of your horses on the front end. The 2. Very nice horse. Gotta like this horse. Beaten as favorite last time, Jockey Switch. Ran pretty good last time out, ran pretty even overall. Time before that ran even, but really wasn't a factor much in that race in the Juvenile and the Breeders' Cup. 2 times before that, before they went to the Breeders' Cup, the horse did nothing wrong. I can't blame him for going to the Breeders' Cup personally. I think that was an excellent choice. This race, Jose's riding it again. Jose's riding it for the first time, excuse me. But look when he rides for this trainer, 27% wins. Got to like that part of it. But I just don't know about this horse. I think there's a couple other horses in here that are just slightly a little bit better than him. Definitely watch this horse, though. Now, like I said last weekend, it's not just how you handicap, and you don't just look at your horses that you handicap. After the race, win, lose, or draw, whatever happens with your betting, or if you didn't bet, it doesn't matter. Watch that race 3 or 4 times, if not more, and watch other horses. Did they get in trouble? Did they have to check? I mean, there's a lot of things you got to see, and if the horse finished very well, like let's just say a very strong third, but he got checked, he was trapped on the rail, boxed in, or whatever the case may be, hey, you got to put that horse in your virtual stable. Watch this horse. Get prepared for this Derby, because you got to know every ins and out of every horse that's in that Derby when they get there, and what they can do and what they cannot do. And so I'm going to be watching this one, but it's not for my money today on this race. 3. Okay, everyone probably heard that Todd Pletcher, they have got suspended, or they're going to. They found an illegal drug on that horse when it ran at Gulfstream 2 races back, actually. Man, they take a while to get that sample back. Wow. Beta methasone. What that is basically an anti-inflammatory shot. And you can give it to horses, okay? But you have to give it so many days out from the race. And I believe it's 15 days because, I trained, but they changed some of the rules since, when I did train. But I think it's around 15 days you have to give it. You cannot give it on the 14th day before the race. You cannot. But sometimes even when you give it on the 15th day, it depends on the horse's body weight, how they process the drug. I mean, it's basically like ibuprofen to us, It's going to be a deflammatory. They usually, most of the time, they shoot it most of the time in the hocks, or the ankles, or maybe sometimes the knees. But this is one of this. I believe, if I have to go back and read it, but I'm pretty sure this is the drug that Baffert got banned from Churchill for. I might be wrong, and if I am wrong, I apologize. But I believe this was the drug. So I don't know what the verdict is. I don't know if they're going to let him race, to be honest with you. I really don't know. They haven't said anything yet, in my opinion. If they haven't said nothing by now, I think they're going to let him run personally, but I don't know. But anyway, this horse has got tons of talent. Let's just look at it that way. There's nothing wrong with them giving him that shot. I don't think nothing less of it. I mean, sometimes a horse takes a bad step and it gets a little swelling. They give the shot, and then just ticks down the swelling, and then after 2 or 3 weeks, they're fine. So it's not a big deal. I know you do have to give that shot. I think it's 5 days before a workout, so you can't. That's the closest you could do for a workout. So, anyway, Irad and Todd, when they meet up, there's a 19%. This horse is going to be sitting very close to the pace if he gets in this race, if he runs. So I think this horse is a very, very dangerous horse. But for me, I still think there's a couple other horses that's a little bit better. I really do. Now, once again, watch this horse. If you like this horse, don't let me talk you out of him. But this is a very nice horse. But I think there's a couple other horses a little bit better. So, but definitely on the bottom side of the exotics. The 4. I had a hard time picking between my top 2 horses. And this horse was one of them. This horse stumbled really bad at the start at the Breeders' Cup Juvenile. He was the big favorite. Citizen Bull won that race. Citizen Bull is your leading horse right now for the Derby in points. By the way, I still like at least 6 or 7 other horses before Citizen Bull personally. But that's my opinion. Right now, it's kind of early. I mean, my opinion could change 5 million times. So I might end up with Citizen Bull at the end. Who knows if he goes in the race. But this horse is extremely fast. This is a big horse. If you looked at him at Breeders' Cup Day and you watch that race, just watch the post parade or anything like that. You watch this horse's workouts. Go on there and watch some of these workouts. This is a big horse. And, you know, he stumbled at the start. If he doesn't stumble at the start, look out. This horse is going to be flying. Will they catch this horse is the question. That's my question. With Tyler Gaffalione aboard, all he has to do is just make sure he doesn't overdo it in the beginning and out run too hard, right? If he could get those fractions, I would say if he could keep it right around 23-4 first quarter, and if he could squeeze a 47-2 or slower, good luck. Good luck catching it. That's all I have to say. You see 47-2 or slower, if you see that number, good luck. So I think this is one of the horses to beat. So check him out. He's going to be out there on the front. And now let's go to the 5 horse. Last time out, did okay. Broke its maiden, did good. Did jump up in class there when he did, after a maiden, did okay on synthetic. That does transfer Turfway Park. Horse could do something. I personally think he's a notch below some of these horses. So I'm going to say no. They're saying that this horse is going to be probably coming from behind, which he will be coming from behind. And I think he's got a lot of work to do. He's got a lot of work to do in front of him. And I think it's going to be extremely tough for him. The 6. This horse is another one that's going to be coming from behind. I think he's got a lot of work ahead of him. I just think he needs to pick it up the pace a little bit. He needs to sit a lot closer. I would love, of course, I'm not going to question Thomas, the trainer. I personally would think this blinkers would do this horse some good. Maybe get him a little bit more focused, get him closer to the pace. But the trainer knows best because he works with him day in and day out. So I will not question him. I'm just thinking if I saw him do that, I would probably be a little bit more excited about this horse. But right now, I'm not excited at all. And I'm not playing this horse at all. The 7. This is another one of those horses I think is one of them that you got to look at. Finished 3rd to Treaty of Rome and Guns Loaded. Treaty of Rome, didn't do much, but look. Ran very good. Pratt's jumping aboard. You got Brown, blinkers on. Get him a little bit more focused. He's a gelding. So even if he goes to the Derby, we can't look at stud fees and all that stuff. We won't be talking that kind of stuff. But he's a good gelding. 12 to 1. I do not know if we're going to get 12 to 1. I doubt it. This horse is very good. I think this is one of the top 2 horses in this race. I think this is a major player. Look out, especially with those blinkers on. I think this horse is a major play. The 8. This is another horse that probably really does need to pick up the pace a little bit. Did catch up to the horses when they ran 48 and 4, almost 49 almost. It was a pretty slow race. I just think this horse really needs to step it up, and I wouldn't want. I mean, I personally don't. I think there's too many horses in here that are way better than him. So I'm taking a hard pass on this horse. The running style of this horse is coming from behind also, which I don't know if he's going to be as far back as the other ones that we were talking about that come from behind. I just don't see this. Now, they are going from turf to dirt. This trainer, Keith DeSormo, which mainly trains on California, very good trainer, gets 19%. But for me, I'm taking a big pass. Get the 9 here. Now, this is the horse I had a little bit of problem. I was starting to think maybe this horse would be my second pick. Then I ended up making this horse my third pick. I think this horse is going to be tough. I think this horse is going to be sitting very close to the pace, very close. Maybe not might be the leader, but he's going to be right there. So the big key is how far are they going to be ahead of the other horses that I have there, the 4, the 7, how much further ahead. This horse is going to have to be a little bit more ahead than normal. He does have Luis Saez, very aggressive rider, very nice. I love him on horses. You've heard me say it a million times probably. He's totally underrated jockey in my opinion. I do think this horse last time out finished very well. If you watch that race on film, go back and watch it when he finished second to Disco Time. Did everything right. Looked great in that race. Disco Time just was a little bit better. So watch out for this horse. I think this horse is going to be extremely tough. So don't throw him out of your exotics for sure. Maybe not even your pick 4, pick 5s. All right, then. We got the 10 horse here. Now, this horse, last time out, ran overall okay. Did a decent job in a small stakes. Wasn't a grade 2. Yeah, a little bit too much for them. I think this horse is a little bit over his head, maybe. Kenny McPeak, of course, and Brian Hernandez. How do you question those two when they hook up together? You don't. I just personally think, well, you look at this horse and you look at my top 3, possibly my top 4 picks. If you look them on form, they look better than this horse, and they look like they could outperform this horse every day of the week. So I think this horse is a pass for me. If you're going to do anything, in my opinion, I'd put him on the bottom side of tries and stuff like that and supers. Here's another horse that needs to step it up. I think this horse is outclassed right now. I think they're reaching for the stars. For me, I'm taking a hard pass on this. Third race after a layoff, looking for improvement. Yeah, he needs to start improving. But what a race to try to improve in, right? So I'm taking a hard pass. I cannot support this horse in this race. The 12, another horse that's pretty decent, but got claimed 2 races back for $40,000. Now, looks like an excellent claim, by the way. Does look like an excellent claim for $40,000. And the horse won that day. Then they moved it up to an optional claimer of $100,000. Lost by 3/4 length. If you actually watched that video, didn't do too bad. Is he ready for this class? I'm going to say no. But I have a feeling this horse is going to prove us wrong somewhere and hit maybe a small stake somewhere. I think that was a very good claim in my opinion. I think they're going to get their money back very soon. The finishing second came, they got part of it back. So about 2 or 3 more races, they're going to have their money back for sure on this horse, I believe, but not from this race. I don't think so. I think it's stepping up a little bit too much. He's going to be coming from behind, and even if he try to sit close, I think they're just going to be too much for him to handle. The 13, interesting horse. I thought this horse last time would do something. He did hang in there, but just never had a final kick at all. There was nothing left in his tank to do anything. He just was flattened out down the lane. There was nothing there. So, and of course it was sloppy. So you kind of have to give him a little pass, I guess, maybe. But I got to see something a little bit better than that last one. If you go back 2 back, maybe, yeah, then we'll see something. Maybe we might see something here. But right now, I'm going to take a pass on this horse. Even though Steve's training it, he's going to have this horse ready to rock and roll. And it's Winchell's is the owner. They own very nice horses, but I'm taking a pass. All right, then. Let's see what Race Lens has here for us. In the beginning of the race, they see it. Well, first, let's go with my factors, right? Let's do the factors. Let's do that first, right? My factors, speed 4, class and form 5, distance is 4, and then you got jockey, trainer, both at 3, and then you got pace, trainer, track, all at 4, and then you got angles at 3, and then you got track condition at 4. That's how I have my factors in here. Now, they say in this race, they have it in the beginning of the race, 1-4, possibly in the 9-13 is all going to be sitting up there pretty close to the pace. Then they see it as the 1 taking the lead. I probably will agree with that. Maybe the 4 taking the lead. So I personally, if I had to make a bet of who's going to be at the lead at the halfway point, I'm going to say the 4. Then at the end, they're saying 9, 13, 2, 4, 3, and they got the 9 at 48%, 13 at 17, 2 at 8, 4 at 6, and then 3 at 4. This is how I got it. I got it at 4. I got the 4 on top. I got the 7 sitting there second, the 9 right there third, and I wouldn't be surprised if the 3 was right there too. So that's how I see that. So there you have it. How we broke down this race. So now we're going to go to how I am going to be betting this race, or how I see it we should be betting this race. And I remember when I'm at the track or when I'm betting, I play a lot of exactas. It's just ice cold most of the time. And then I have some win bets in there. So I do have a single in my pick 5. Okay, so the pick 5 is going to start in the 10th race. The 10th race, I see this race 5, 14, 1, 10. Okay, I'm betting the try 5, 14 on top of the 5, 14, 1, 10, 4, and then on top of the 5, 14, 1, 10, 4. The pick 5, I'm going 5 deep in that first leg, 5, 14, 1, 10, 4. Then the second leg, I'm going 5 deep again, 5, 4, 7, 3, 2. And then that third leg, I'm going 3, 8, 2, 1, 5. That's the 12th race. Remember I said I think that's wide open. I had to go 5 there also. The 13th race, I'm singling the 2. It's one of 2 things. You handicap that race. It's either you like the 2, and so you have to single it, or B, you want to beat the horse, then toss the horse. That's the only way to bet that race, especially in a pick 5, pick 4. Just do it that way. So I'm going to single it. I think this horse is the one to beat, period, all day. I do have a couple of horses early in the day, but that's the thing. This one is I really like this horse a lot in the 13th race, the number 2. And then we're going to the 14th race, the Risen Star. And remember I said I like 2 for sure, possibly 3 in this race. So I'm going to put 3 in there. I'm going 4, 7, 9. That's how I see it. And then when it comes to the 11th race, I'm going to tell you my horses, how I feel. The first 4 horses, 5, 4, 7, 3. I'm doing the try 5, 4. It was 5, 4 with the 5, 4, 7, 3, 2 with the 5, 4, 3, 7, 2. I messed up on that part. So, okay. We'll get that right there. But I think you guys get it. All right. All right. Anyway. The 12th, I got 3, 8, 2, 1. I'm doing the 3, 8 on top of the 3, 8, 2, 1, 5. And then I'm hitting all in that last spot. Remember I said the 12th race I personally think is wide open. The 13th race, the 2, 3, 1, 6. I'm doing the 2 on top of the 3. Exactly. I'm going to do a daily double. 2 on top of the 4, 7, going into the 14th race. The 14th race, I like 4, 7, 9, 3. And then the exact, I'm going 4 over the 7. That's what I'm going to do. So that's what we have there. Hopefully everyone could go out there and cash some tickets. And let's do this. Until then, everybody, hopefully you guys hit every winner out there we could get hit. Let's get this pick 5 out there. And I'll see you at the races and see you hopefully in that winner circle. See ya.
Tracking trips have passed the wire. There is no better time than now to join and ride with this clan. We'll be your second set of expert trained eyes. We ain't gonna buy you a fish. Sure, we'll give you some, but more importantly, we'll show you how to fish and make you a better. CAWs, sharks in the water, no problem. We'll go against anybody, and we have the track record to prove it. Big days, big pools, and select days all year long. Well, I'll play them all. Looking for an ace? You're in the right place. Want to find that diamond? Be with us. Want to know more? Just ask a member or visit us at PassTheWire.com and check out the Tracking Trips page. Nobody does it better.
Cyberknife was a very talented horse from day one. Fast horse, able to carry it around 2 turns. Looks a tremendous amount like Gunrunner, same ability and talent. Holds the track record in the Haskell. He won it in impressive fashion, beating a very good group of horses.
His name is Cyberknife!
Excited about him passing on his durability, his soundness, and his talent. He could definitely be a breed-shaping stallion.
World of Kingdom Nutrition, your #1 source for healthy horses and fast finishes. Make sure your horses stay strong and healthy with the balanced mineral profile of Healthy Bones. This veterinarian recommended supplement helps foals, weanlings, and yearlings grow and develop. Healthy Bones also helps speed up recovery so your horses stay in training longer and race more often. Our 100% all-natural Appetite supplement helps relieve sensitive stomachs so that your horses can eat up and get faster on the track. Kingdom Nutrition. We stand by our products with a 100% money-back guarantee. Call Justin today because Kingdom Nutrition makes healthy horses and fast finishes. Welcome to Pass the Wire TV, your #1 source for horse racing news and interviews, handicapping analysis, betting insights, and more. Pass the Wire TV covers the biggest races at the best tracks.
Garnet and Louis Sayed to win the Belmont Stakes at Saratoga. The Grey Wizard is absolutely flying. Champagne won. The Grey Wizard, oh, it's very close. Leave it to the judge.
Like, share, and subscribe to Pass the Wire TV. Nobody does it better.
Nobody does it better.